Hi, I'm Perron, and I've been I've been pondering lately something that is one of the kind of hidden but major themes of A Course of Love, and it begins right in the prelude. It's when Jesus talks about how we are an immigrant coming to a new land, and this really resonates with me. You kind of see some artifacts around my home that are suggestive of my husband's heritage, which is Lebanese. His grandparents came from Lebanon. And I also have, not as visible, but I have things around my home that reflect my ancestry, which is on one side from an immigrant who came from Sicily. I got to visit Sicily with my mom when I was 40. This is a picture of some of my relatives there, Sutera, Sicily. And I know probably many of you are even closer to that immigration experience than I am. What Jesus talks about is like you're on the voyage, you're on the ship coming to Ellis Island. That's what my grandpa did, and maybe some of yours. And you have this heavy trunk with you, and it has all your possessions, and you've carried this heavy trunk from one country to another. You've carried it across oceans. And it's kind of a metaphor for all of the heavy thoughts that we carry, all of the thinking that sits on us like a heavy burden. And so there's an idea. I'm sorry. There's an idea of wanting to put those heavy burdens down. And that idea is one of not going back as well. We're not going to turn back to the old world because what we're doing is coming to a new world. So that's really the theme. We're coming to a new world. And what makes it new? It's not those possessions that we had in the old world. It's something we are born with and something we're going to realize again. And so as we move on, Jesus calls us pioneers, and he says we're forerunners of the new. So it's like, in a way, we are like immigrants to a new land. It's a new world. It's a new way of consciousness. And the most important thing is not turning back. And ideals are one of the things that can get us to turn back. We can have a great ability to recognize the thinking that is old, but sometimes we don't realize that some of the things we've thought of as good are goals, are old, like ideals, because ideals really are thinking. Ideals are a way of thinking. And so if you have an ideal, whether it's to overcome the ego, or whether it's to become enlightened, or whether it's to be a holy person, or whether it's to be a writer, that can become a thing. And I know that very well on several levels. So it becomes a goal, it becomes an accomplishment. If you achieve it, it becomes an achievement. And so what Jesus is trying to take us back to is somewhere where we aren't looking at those things. We're not making into things. In chapter 20, he says, thingness is over. So in this new world, what we are to do as forerunners of the new is to recognize some of the things we're leaving behind. And then to find the things that are appropriate to the new world. Something I've been thinking about, so I might return to this next week. Are you a forerunner of the new?